Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining the quarterly training webinar. I am Cami Duraco, marketing coordinator at OnStation, and we have Aubrey right over here, who is the implementation coordinator and joining us. So just a little bit about me is I wanted to share a fun fact to get us started is that I'm a very crafty person. I love art, knitting, candle making, photography, videos, writing, like anything you name, I probably love it. So that's part of the reason why I love working at OnStation is because I'm able to have that creative side of me come out through all of the ads and assets that we use. And we have a very fun brand voice that allows me to be fun and bring that creative, exciting time in my life, which I really enjoy. Well, one thing that I'm doing this year is I'm making all homemade Christmas gifts, which is like knitting, blankets. Yeah, it's a lot. Making candles for everybody, making homemade jam and butter, and it has been a complete mess that I've been working on for months, but it's almost done as the holiday season approaches.
That's so fun, Cami. Oh, I might have to steal some of your jam. I mean, I might want some of your jellies and jams. But hi, everybody. I'm Aubrey Hadney. I am the implementation coordinator here at OnStation. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, some fun facts. So this summer, my husband and I took a 2-week road trip. We went over 11 states, 82 hours, 12 minutes, 36 seconds. Yes, I'm that ridiculous and that detail oriented that I did track all of that with 2 dogs in 1 car and over 12 days. And it was fun. It also, I was able to get a better appreciation for our highway structure and our roadways and all the people that work on them. And this was right around the time that I was interviewing actually for OnStation. And I felt like this was a really good fit to match my passion for taking road trips and seeing the United States, every nook and cranny, as well as finding solutions and making people's work life easier. And that's part of what OnStation does and part of what called me to be in this role. So hi, it's a little bit about Cami and I. So this format, again, this is at one of our first of quarterly training sessions. I'm going to talk a little bit about the app, kind of go through a few things here. If you do have questions, please post them as we go. We want people to be able to ask and interact. I have a couple things that I want to go over, but we want you to feel free to reach out, ask any questions in the chat, slow down if you need me to go over something again, and we'll also have additional time at the end. All right, so with that, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to just start by going over our OnStation website to make sure that you're familiar with it. So if you haven't navigated there before or you're new to the OnStation world and you want to learn a little bit more about us, OnStationApp.com is where you can first begin to learn all about us. Our existing customers, you can click on the Contact Us. If you have any support needs, we have a direct line here to come to fill out any support forms or issues that you might have. Or if you're new to us and you just want to learn a little bit more, you can request a call or request a demo here. We also have the ability from here to go ahead and get started with a free trial. So again, if you're new to learning about OnStation, when we say get started and free trial, we really mean it. You do not need a credit card. You do not need anything to sign up. We ask for your email address and your organization and some obvious initial details so we can get you signed up, but that's it. That's all you need for a 30-day free trial. So again, if you're listening in and you want to kind of play along with the app, I always like to use technology while I'm learning about it. Go ahead, do it right now and sign up, and you should get that while we're talking. All right, so couple of things too. If you're signing up, you might be asking yourself, well, how can I use your application? You can use it on an iPhone, you can use it on an Android. Yes, I have both in front of me, or you can connect on the web. Our web, if you want to connect to the portal, is app.onstationapp.com. So you're going to hear that onstationapp.com a lot because that is how you connect. That is how you get to our portals. That's how you get to our website, and that's how you get to us. Couple of things. Do we have any questions, Cami? I want to pause and see if we have any questions yet. I know I talk kind of fast.
No questions.
No questions yet.
I just want to say the chat is open for questions the whole time. That I'll keep monitoring that, and just breathe. Let's take it nice and slow. It'll be a fun and good time.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right. So when you log into the application, I just want to give everyone a quick tour around of some of the new features. The first thing that you're going to see is when you're logging in as a new user or first time logging in, the ability to search for a project. We allow you to search for projects by code and by name. You're also allowed to look for things that are nearby where you might be. So if you're not sure what your code is or what the name is, you can search for that. Hit that nearby tab. As long as you have your location settings enabled, you'll be able to search by that. We also have demos that are available if you want to learn by using some of our demos as opposed to looking at something that's nearby. So we have a couple different ways that you can go ahead and get started. We also have the gear icon in the top. Some of the new things that have been brought is the ability to directly connect to our knowledge base right here from the app, and to contact support. So again, trying to make all of that available at your fingertips. All right. I'm going to search for one of my favorite demos here. Our Superior Ave, which if you're in the Cleveland area, you might be familiar with this area of Cleveland. Kind of going over the application just a little bit. Again, there are some new features that came out with version 4 that I want to make sure that I bring to attention, as well as anyone who's new to the app who's just learning about it for the first time.
Hey, Aubrey, I want to jump in
Yes.
with a question.
Yes.
We have a question that says, will all of this work the same on the downloaded app on their phone as they can see that you're on the website version?
Yes, it absolutely will. The look and feel, thank you for that question. The look and feel is exactly the same. Our developers have worked hard to make sure that no matter if you're using the web, if you're using your laptop, if you're using an iPhone or an Android, the experience is the same. The feature set is the same. We don't hide anything away from a web user that we would from an app user or vice versa. So absolutely anything that you're in. In fact, again, I urge you to download the app from the App Store or Google Play and follow along and sign up for a trial if you don't already have it. Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you do log into a project, again, a couple of things that I want to go over here. For those that were used to our OnStation version 3 and version 4, you will see a little bit cleaner layout and menus that have changed. We still have the ability to, in the left-hand corner, to go to the layers icon. Our project layers allow you to see the different map layers that have been provided to us for that particular project. If at any point you're working on a project and you're seeing that there's a layer that's not available, again, we can adjust and manipulate these at any time to update the project. So if you're seeing something or not seeing something that should be there, please reach out to us. Again, going to our website, contacting us. We have the ability to, we have a link there to update projects. So if you see something missing, tell us about it. At any rate, this allows us to turn on and off different functions within the map to see the different layers for that project. Everything you'll notice down below is all based on location. OnStation, we're all about where are you at. It's about the where and what's going on. So the first tab you'll see here is showing you your station location. The next is going to show you mile markers if available, lat and long, and LRS, again, if available and made available by the state. You can toggle between these, and you can also jump to a certain point in location that you want to go to that you're interested in. If I'm on site, my GPS will tell me. So again, if you're looking at a project right now and you're nearby that project, you can toggle this little arrowhead key to show you exactly where you are, and a blue dot will show up. I'm not physically represented here, so this won't show me there at this time. But again, just knowing that if you have the location enabled and the settings correct, this will show you where you are. Whenever you're zooming in and out or moving around on the map, we have the ability to recenter yourself with this crosshairs icon. This will just kind of bring you again to the center of the project to show you the center of the boundaries of the map. All right. I can jump back to a particular alignment. If I know that I want to focus on the 23rd Street alignment, I can go to that location and I can lock that in. Bring me right there. And here we can see I'm zoomed in on this particular location. Oh, I did not lock my alignment. I thought that I did. My apologies. Okay. All right. The next thing that I want to go over is our flag feature. This has been greatly enhanced in version 4. Our flags allow you to communicate to others in the project as well as mark things that are going on within the project. So, for example, I have one particular flag that I created and dropped on this, and it's going to tell me exactly when it was created, by whom, the exact location and station alignment. If I were, instead of on station, if I was on mile marker or LRS, it would tell me that information from when I dropped it. And it's going to tell me the lat and long. Until I share this with anybody else, it's only visible to me on the project, but we allow you to share with other individuals, with groups, and create your own groups, which is really nice. So think of it kind of you're texting over and over again, and you want to share that with the same group over and over again, you can create that group for yourself so that you're not always keying in the same people. We do allow for images to be saved again, along with these chats. So you can see I saved some of my hilarious mugs. And when I did put those pictures in the chat, the things that were stamped on them, we have the inline, we have inline notes we can put on them, and we have the geographic location as well as a stamp of OnStation and where it was actually taken. So everything there is auditable and taken right there, so that, you know, if your pictures or you're currently keeping them on your phone or sending them or keeping them in a file folder, right now we associate them to the exact location that they were taken for all your audit proof, everything that you might need that somebody might be asking for.
I just want to jump in and say those mugs are great, Aubrey. I love them.
Yes, they were gifts. Both of them were gifts. So yeah, they're two of my favorite mugs.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. I also want to talk a little bit about our forms. Our forms, we've had forms in OnStation for quite some time, but we've had some really amazing enhancements in our forms that I want to talk a little bit about. So one of the things that we are now able to do is take inline pictures in the form itself. So not only can you take pictures in the chat and associate them with the flag, but with our forms that we create for you, you can take inline photos of things that might be happening on the field that are pertinent to the data you're collecting. So in the situation where maybe you're taking photos for pavement, for asphalt, for things that you're checking that you need to repair, you can take a picture, again, has the timestamp and the audit of when this was taken. Here's my dog's socks and my cat pebbles. But you can see it'll allow you to, it will automatically stamp, excuse me, the exact location lat long. So this is in line in the forms. And yes, you can export forms and form data. Yes, all of this is exportable. So whereas before, maybe you were texting the project manager or saving these notes somewhere else and having to do all this work to prove to the DOT of your area or a different organization that this happened, this can all be done on the field with your phone right then and there, and then exported later to different formats that you need. So we're trying to make it right there, all easy on your fingertips. Yes, I'm on a laptop right now. However, this is all available on your phone, iPhone, Android, anything. And these are all customizable is the thing to remember too. This is just one example of some data that we capture. Perhaps you're capturing pay line items, but maybe for you, you need to capture other data. Maybe you need to capture the length and the width of the area that you're about to fix or pave, etc. This is just one example of some of the data that we can capture and how we can do that real time with your people on the field. All tied back to a flag, all exportable, and all customizable for you. I'll pause and just see if we have any questions. Oh, looks like we might have one question. Let's see.
We have some people that say it would be beneficial for them to have.
Oh, beneficial. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Just as a reminder, if you did join late, we have a chat available to the right of your screen where you can send in any questions that you may have, and Aubrey will talk through them.
Absolutely. And I'm also, thank you, Cami. I'm also going to drop another flag and just show a couple other forms because, again, when we say drop a flag, our library of icons is expanding all the time. So we have flags, we have pins, we have different things that you can use as an icon to drop and note something on a project. So the drop a flag, it's not just flags. It's anything in our icon library. Think of a lot of the emojis, perhaps on a phone. We are growing that library all the time. So if there's something that you're not seeing, something that you think would make a cool addition to our library, customers reach out and tell us. We've added things. Right now, I'm just going to use this purple pin drop to say that I'm dropping a flag here. Again, when I do that, it's immediately going to pull up where I'm at, what I named it. Because I was on station, it's going to tell me the station and alignment that I'm on. I can, if I made a typo and I want to edit that, I can change the name here very easily. I can also change the flag icon to anything in our library as well. And again, just kind of showing you that we have a wealth of icons and items in our library to start from, but we're always open to adding more at any time. For this, I'm not going to actually change it now, but I do want to go over to forms, and I would like to show you a different form. Again, just kind of walking through the abilities that we have on forms just to kind of show you different things. These are all customizable, but yes, we have the ability to think of this again on your phone, whether you're on your computer, on your phone, to be able to just tap and put the date and time something was inspected. Awesome. If you have a bunch of questions that you're filling out on a questionnaire, maybe you're doing this in Excel, maybe you're doing this on paper. I don't know. I know people do this a lot of different ways, but you can tell us what those questions are, and we can format that for you. So you're just doing this right there in the field. We have the ability to make these dynamic. So maybe one question means that something else needs to be filled out. So if there's a fence there, you want to know the type and condition. Again, these are all things that we can do to make your job and your team's jobs easier.
Aubrey, how many forms do we currently have?
Well, they're growing every day, but I think at last count we had about 14 in our forms library. We are, as we meet with different organizations and understand their needs, we are adding to that library constantly. We also, one thing that I'd like to say too is, we've also had the opportunity working with some customers to take a form that they had that was maybe 4 different forms in their paper world and combine that into one document just by adding the dynamic options that we have. So, we worked with one organization that had 4 separate forms. One was if it was, being paved, if another was being patched, if we were using this type of things to fix it. And we combined that in the logic so they would just pick the different options in the one form. So instead of having to go, I need to find form 123 versus 856, they could just go to that and fill out the options, and all the data can be extracted in the way that they want.
That's awesome. That would be super helpful. Are you able to share a little bit about what's coming next in forms and which ones are in development?
Yeah, I can share. So some of the things that we've been that have been requested by some of our customers is the ability to remember what they keyed in last from a form. So if you're filling out forms over and over again, just having that memory that says, okay, well, whenever I'm filling it out, these 3 fields, I'm always going to fill out the same way. Can you remember that? That's something that's coming soon, and we're working with a few of our customers on that. Additionally, we've been adding a lot of calculations. So let me go to, I'm going to save my form because you always want to save your work. I'm going to save my form here and drop another flag and show you some of the calculations that we're able to do and that we have done. So again, understanding that in some environments, you're looking to maybe measure an area to say this is how much I need to do to pave, to fix, to correct. We have added calculations in some of our forms to, you put in the length, you put in the width, and we'll do the math for you. So let me go ahead and show that example. All right. So I'm going to drop, all of our forms are tied to the flag colors itself. So we also work with the customers to say, hey, when you're doing this work, when you're on the field, what are you marking? What are you trying to say? And what would be representative of that work that might have a form associated? So just something else to know if you're working with us and you're saying, hey, I saw Aubrey demoed a form on the training webinar. I want to learn more about this. We might be able to enable that form for you so you can try it out yourself as well. We would ask you what flag or what icons you would want associated with it. In this case, I have this purple flag. Purple is my favorite color. Another fun fact about me, associated to this sample quantity tracking form. So in this case, this is an example of where we took 4 different forms in the paper world or outside of the OnStation world and combine them into one form in the OnStation world. So in this case, I'm going to say that I'm going to do some patching. I'm going to say what district I'm in. Again, these are all customizable fields. Some may or may not apply to you. Maybe you have a county. Maybe you have something else that you need to track. In the event that they want to do some overrides, we have some calculations available for station to and from, so they can see the distance between those 2 stations. So again, that's one calculation we automatically do. Again, in line with the uploading photo to take a picture of what they're patching and they're working on. Different lane numbers, hopefully you get the drill. And here's where some of the fun math comes into play. So if we know the length and the width, we should be able to figure out the square yards. Again, just one example of some of the math and calculations that we're doing, so that someone isn't making a mistake when they're doing that math calculations. We're having that uniformity of the data, and we're all using our smartphones. We're all using, apps and things. Let's just get that answer in there for you.
Hey, Aubrey, is there any chance that the forms integrate with technology used to automatically create a form in the app?
That is a great question. Yes. Yes, we can import. So if you have data, and in fact, working with several customers right now, have already done it and continuing to working on them to extract data from their other systems to import into our solution to create these forms. So, we enable you both to do it yourself if you want to do that importing of flags and defaulting of forms, or we can do that for you. It's just on your comfort level. Some people want that ability to put their hands on the wheel and I want to import my data. I want to import my flags. And I've walked several customers through that. We do have instructions and training to show someone how to do that. It's very easy though. If you know how to create a CSV file, you can import data. So it doesn't require some kind of hard technical abilities here. Our developers are awesome that way. And they've made really easy ways for us to get the data in and our customers to get them in. So yes. You have data that you want to send us, we can either put it in for you and create these forms, or we can show you how to do them yourself. Great questions. And conversely too, even if we didn't have the data coming in from a different system, let's say you're using OnStation to fill and populate all this data, which some of our customers are doing a mix of both, we allow you to export that data out in different formats like CSV, GeoJSON, XML, so you can take that data and bring it into any other system that you like. We don't just take it in, but we allow you to take it back out. All right. I know we're getting a little long here. I'm just looking, and there was a couple other things. I showed a lot of forms. I'll just kind of open it up and see if we have any other questions going on right now and other things that people are asking about. Let's see. Not as of yet.
Now, I was going to say right now it is a little bit quiet, but we do have, you're able to ask questions in the chat right to the right. We have actually just came in. Can we see the forms in the portal?
Yes, I will show that on my screen in just a moment. Hopefully you're still seeing my screen. If you're not, hold on, let me share that again. But again, having portal access, you do have to have a license to be able to log in and have bought the data portal package from us. But once you have purchased that, someone with the appropriate rights, call them managers, can go into the system view. This is this is one of our projects that I've dropped many flags on, and you can see those dropped flags immediately. You don't have to wait overnight. You don't have to wait for a report to run. As soon as your people in the field are dropping those flags, they are immediately available in our portal, both to view, both in the forms and the flags, and to export. Just kind of picking one of my fun forms. Again, it's going to show you the data that was collected. If there wasn't data collected for that particular form, obviously the row will be empty. But again, similarly, you can export that out to a CSV file. I don't have any on this particular project, but we can export that data out. Here's one that has a little bit more. You can sort by any one of these values. And again, when you're, this would be limited to persons that you have set up as manager for your organization. So it's not typical that an organization will have everyone set up as manager. Not everyone necessarily needs to pull the data, but those that have the rights can do so. And there's, you can have multiple people do it as well. It's just up to you and your discretion of who you want to give that right to.
Fully agree. We had somebody in the comments say that it would be extremely beneficial to have this to access, to change their job names, viewable by their employees only. So it's a lot of exciting stuff that's going on in there.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback.
Is there a way to see all of the forms or select multiple form types to see?
Right now, when you're going to the form summary, it wants you to pick one at a time. So you can toggle between those, and then you would export those separately. If you do have a need where you're thinking you need to maybe pull that en masse, talk to us. But currently it does ask you to toggle between those forms. That said, if you're dropping the flags and looking at the flags in the portal, you can view these and any forms associated with them in a read-only view as well. This one doesn't have any ones associated to it, but just wanted to show that ability. Let me see if I can find one that does. Some of my coworkers have been busy. All right, let's see. I'm going to view this form. Let's see if there's a form associated. So if there are any forms associated with that particular flag, it will show you that form in the portal as well. But you do have to see those one at a time or one type at a time. Other questions? Let's see. Okay.
Aubrey, are we able to talk a little bit about how people are able to get in contact with you if they are having a problem and the knowledge base that we have?
Yes, yes. My number is hopefully showing up above my head, but you can text, you can call 216-503-8554. That is the support line. If for some reason we're not able to answer, we do have a voicemail there, but know that whether you're contacting us via email or text, etc., that we will handle all issues with the same sense of urgency. Also wanted to show that if you're going to our website, I'm going to share my screen in just a second again, that you will see a contact us on our website. There's a number of different ways so don't worry about rushing to write this down. Under our contact us, Again, you will see that number, same number I just said, that's floating above my head, I hope, to contact support or to fill out a support form. Maybe you don't want to call right away, you just want to send it, it's not as urgent, etc. You can do that as well. Tell us a little bit about your issue, that you're having problems with, so we understand. And hey, even if it's just a question about how to use the app or what's going on, or you're seeing something weird or have an idea of how to improve it, we do ask that you reach out as well. We want to hear it. Some of our some really amazing ideas and feedback have come in from those that are on the field using it, and they have the best perspective. And so we ask you to keep those ideas coming. We do have a knowledge base, help.onstationapp.com/knowledge base. That again allows you to search for different things. Maybe you're looking to set up your iPhone for the first time. Maybe you want to understand, some settings that are going on. We're adding to this knowledge base all the time, but we do have this available for you to quickly take a look at. Again, this doesn't negate our availability to answer your questions or help you through any issues, just letting you know of some additional information that is out there.
We also want to encourage everybody to be filling out an end of year survey that we will be sending out soon. We love to look at the ideas that all of our users have, and we implement those pretty quickly as well. Aubrey, do you want to say a word on that as well?
Yeah, no, I was on a call earlier this week with one of our customers who was so helpful in helping me understand an issue. He was driving safely, don't worry, we had speakerphone, but he was showing me on the app as he drove things that were happening and things that weren't working as expected. While I'm not happy when things aren't working as expected, it was so great to have that opportunity to see how we work, to understand how I can make it, or how we can make it better. He kept saying, oh, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not bothering you. None of this is a bother. This is why we're here. What you do every day on the roads make our lives easier and safer. And if we can have our app help in that return, it's a drop in the bucket. Please you're not being bothersome. We want to help. I enjoy talking to each and every one of you that I have got to interact with. It's been great learning from you as well to understand how we can make this better. So keep the ideas coming. As Cami said in the survey that comes out, be candid. We can't make it better if you don't tell us what's wrong. So thank you.
Yes, this survey, your responses help us develop a roadmap for the next year. We have 2 more questions.
Oh, sure.
That we'll kind of wrap up with, but what can we expect to see in the next live support session?
Well, I hope that some of your feedback will drive that too, but we will continue to bring new features. Our developers, I've never seen such fast turnaround on enhancements and things that they do. So I am sure that there will be things and features and bells and whistles that we'll be talking about that I think you might want to learn about, just like we talked about forms and our calculations, whatever has come between now and that session that is new that you can use. Additionally, tell me what you want to see in the next quarterly session. What would you like me to focus on? Feel free to reach out to the support forum or to me directly. I know Cami put my information on LinkedIn. I'm always open to feedback. If there are things that you were really hoping that this webinar would cover and I didn't, all right, tell me. Let's make it different for next time.
That's great. And one more question, Aubrey.
Sure.
Do contractors use this app on residential neighborhoods or mainly just the civil work?
That's a great question. We are learning every day what more and more people are doing. Again, there's a free trial app. So as long as we have that information or that GPS located, I believe that we do have some that are using as residential as well. I can't speak to all the different numbers or things of that nature, but there's no reason why they cannot. And if there's a project that you know about in a residential area that you would like to pilot and try out, contact us. Let's see if we can get that project in our app and see what we can make happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Aubrey. If you want to reach out afterwards a little bit about what we talked about in this webinar, feel free to call or text the customer support number. And then also we have our online support form that I'll be sharing in the chat as well.
Thank you, everyone. And thanks for coming along with us. Give us the feedback. Tell us how we can be better next time. And just thanks for being there.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.